Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Create Your Joy podcast with your hosts, myself, Shruti Goel, self-love and empowerment coach, and my colleague and friend, Ivania Liang, who is a purpose and mindset coach. And as always, we're excited to bring you a new song. We're going to dive into the lyrics and find the hidden treasures that are right in front of us. And this song is called Already Enough or I Am Already Enough by Fearless Soul. And let's just dive right into the lyrics. This is a really beautiful song. And for me as a self-love coach, it reminds me of what's important. And the fact that there's nothing missing. And so in looking at the first verse here, I was searching, I was looking for meaning. I was wandering, desperately trying, only to see I have nothing missing. And so in this first verse, it is kind of walking us through the journey of a spiritual seeker, where in the beginning, there's this sense of desperation and urgency because you feel like there is something missing inside you and you must find it on the outside. And yet there is such a sense of relief when you realize that there was nothing missing. There was nothing missing. Who said, I have to find who I am? And I love this. And I wish that our audience would perhaps journal on this question, is in their life, who said to them that I have to find who I am? Who said that I am lost to begin with? Because when those two questions are going through your mind, you walk around in your life thinking that you're incomplete. And once you can identify, well, who are those voices? And for some of us, it could be what we have internalized from what our parents told us, what we have internalized from what society told us. And it's important for us to write down who those voices are, who those people are, so that we can then begin to, with our spiritual work, reduce the impact of those voices and amplify the impact of our own inner wisdom. And it says, I'm already enough. This is my favorite line in the whole song, because there is such a sense of redemption and beauty here. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Everything I need. And what a beautiful thing, because the number one most important thing that we go looking for on the outside is validation and love. And when you can have not just the intellectual understanding that everything you need is within me, but rather know it deep within your heart, at that point, you don't have to look outside anymore. Your focus turns inward. And it says, each morning when I wake up, I am grateful for the beauty around me. Oh my goodness, yes. Even before we wake up, the sun is coming up, the birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, and these are the hidden treasures. Yeah. Life is a gift. I want to enjoy it. And, I can hear, Ivania, the mindset shift here for this person, that life itself is a gift. Often we perceive life as this, series of troubles and good times. But what if all of it is a gift? And so I love this line. Life is a gift. I want to enjoy it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. What a powerful thing to say.
Oh my God.
Right? My heart is tingling right now with the truth that this is very true, that we go around thinking that we have to prove our worth in order to earn love. But unlike money, you never have to earn love. You are always deserving of it. It's, I think, in a way, the ultimate grace that we get as human beings is love, whether it's from our divine source or it is from deep within our own heart. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. And I'm just going to pause there because this is a moment to kind of drink these words in. I hope that people will listen to this song and then look at the lyrics because it just feels like a cool drink of water, the truth within it. And I'm handing it off to you, Ivania, because I'm so curious to hear your perspective.
No, thank you, Shruti, and thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We are so grateful for your presence and because you're listening and or you're watching us. Thank you so much, and it will mean a lot to us if you like and subscribe, because that's also something that we're bringing out to you guys, and you're enjoying it as well. You're creating your own perspective and your own joy. And yeah, a couple of things. This is so powerful. I mean, we can dive into these lyrics for days.
Yeah.
Okay, but I really, really love what you say. Walking around, you are incomplete. Oh my God. When you start reflecting on yourself and you're reading these lyrics, you actually, when you're walking around and feeling that you are incomplete because society, because school, friends, parents, you name it, we've been conditioned in certain ways, and we feel that we're not enough. Because we haven't matched what they want from us on their own wants and their own needs, not our own. And I really love the way that you said that, and your whole explanation, Shruti, was beautiful. And I also when you say you become someone you are not. And I really like what you say, like my worth only destroys it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. And I really like how you explain it, because like when we try to prove our worth, it's not us. We're trying to become someone we're not so we can be accepted.
Exactly.
So it's destroying your own worth, like who you truly are. And like I said, we can go on with this, and it's just so beautiful. Everything I need is within me. And when I hear that, it reminds me that we are resourceful. We are whole, complete, and resourceful, because we have everything that we need to create joy, to create our life here. Because everything comes from within. Whatever you do in this life, it doesn't come from the outside.
Yes.
Material stuff comes from the outside. But within, that you bring it out to life. And I really love that. Thank you so much for explaining that. And oh my God, I love, love, love this song. And you're right. I encourage the audience to write those questions and ask yourself, so you can start looking at your life. Who's saying that you lost? Who's saying that you're not worthy?
Right.
So I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start with saying my motivation can't be validation. I'd always be starving for more affection, the wrong attention, only to feel like I am nothing. Who said, who said, I have to find who I am. Oh, I already love that. Like, who I am. Who said that I am lost to begin with? I am already enough. Everything I need is within me each morning, and then repeats the course each morning. When I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Life is a gift. I want to enjoy it. Always proving my worth, it destroys it. I am ready now. Everything that I need is within me. And let me go back before I go into the course. I really like where it starts here. My motivation can be like, it cannot be my validation, because we start to become someone else. Like I mentioned it before, we start to become what you want me to be, what you want out of me, or how you're gonna be happy with me, not of what I need or what I'm going to, but I need to change for you, not for me. Change, but not grow.
Yeah.
We're
That's a
changing,
great distinction. Yeah.
but not growing. And I really love that, because if I go that route, which most of us have been there, I'm guilty of it, 100%. We always want more or more, because it's not enough, because we can't be everything for everyone. That's why it's okay. If someone doesn't love me, it's okay. That person has the right to love somebody else and to be happy. If that friend doesn't want to connect with me, it's okay, because that friend has the right to choose who that person wants to hang out with or to be with.
Yeah.
So, and the affection that I needed, it's the same thing. I have to change myself so that person can give me the affection. But guess what? It would give it to me to us for a certain point, but then it's not enough because it wants more.
Yeah.
So I had to change more. But that's the thing. Is it changing or growing? Which path do we want to take? And it's always like the wrong attention. Like that's not what we need. And we're always gonna be feeling that we're not enough, going back into the cycle. And it makes us feel like we're nothing. At some point when we really feel like we're not fitting in the circle that we want to fit in, or we can't be with that person that we want to be in, or we're not getting it from our parents, that we feel like we're really nothing. But that's not it. We had to change our perspective. We had to shift our mind, because who is saying it?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. When we start to ask him who is saying it, we give him a chance to be compassionate to the other person and to you, because the other person also has a right, just like you, to choose. It has nothing to do with you now that you're not enough. It has nothing to do with that. It does. They're looking for something else, because everyone is looking because they don't feel like they ain't enough. And then I really like that. So we have to reflect on that. Who's saying it? Is it him? Is it her? Is it society? Is it my religion? Is it my friend? Is it my parents? Is it my caregivers? Who is speaking?
Yeah.
So that's when the practice comes on, like spending a few minutes and reflecting with yourself and going inwardly, 5-10 minutes. And every day, then you start building the muscle to go deeper and deeper, to able to identify or to discern who's speaking. Is it the lower self or the higher self, the wise self or the self-critic? Who is it? And then when it says that I am lost up to begin with, I am already enough. And I really like that. I am. And I really like to focus in I am, because I am is that you. Your higher self, your wise self, your intuition. You already have everything. So you're able to grow, not change for others, but grow and transform yourself for a better version every time. So, and then again, we go into the lyrics, and like we talked about, it's like a reminder, so we can put it in our subconscious, so we can remember. No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I was able to wake up. I'm grateful for the beauty around me, because you're shifting your mindset. You're shifting the way you view life. You're shifting the way you see yourself. No, let me start with being grateful for what I have. I'm able to walk, then you can do something. You're able to talk, you're able to express, you're able to eat, you're able to walk around, you're able to do all that stuff. Those are little things that you see is little, but it's not little. A lot of people, some people don't have that, they're not able to walk. And then it says, life, it's a gift. And I really like that, because this is the last part I'm going to say. I'm going to stop here. When it says life, it's a gift, it's because we already won.
Yeah.
We already here. What do you want to create now that you're here?
Exactly.
So, but I can go on, just Shruti, but go ahead.
I know it's one of those songs. And, I think this just proves why we do this and enjoy making this podcast, is because, again, on the surface, the song is just something you can enjoy musically. But when you really dive deeper into it, when you look at the words and you hear the impact, it is incredibly powerful. And I was going to say that as you were giving this beautiful explanation about, kind of finding out who these voices are that are dissonant. It lets me also know that we're evolving as human beings. If you think about it, a lot of us, as humans, but also, the animals all around us are deeply rooted in instinct. So automatic reflexes, right? Animals have them, we have them too. And yet, we as humans have this unique ability to also rise above those reflexes and do things consciously and differently. than what our instinct might say, right? And I see this attempt to find out who said in our mind as very actively looking at our life and examining it, rather than just passively living our life by instinct alone. And I wanted to make that point because that then gives you the purpose or the meaning why you want to do this. Is because if we lived only by instinct, we would just be going through the motions in life, and that would be no different. That's why we say that it feels like you're sleepwalking through your life, right? Because you're not really connecting to the magnificence of who you are, because again, we forget that we are, one of the most beautiful things we discover in this connection is that we are life. We're so connected with everything around us that it's no different from us. And then if that's happening, then there's no loneliness. You are enough. You already have everything you need within you. And there's the sense of fullness rather than loneliness and emptiness that most of us walk around with. So I just really found that incredibly beautiful. And I think this is the power of the chorus, like you were saying, which is that, and I love that the chorus in this song, if you notice, is so much longer because, again, it's both of those parts. First, you have to inquire, well, what are my automatic programs? And once you can shed light on them, then they lose their power over you. Then you can very consciously switch your mindset to see the gifts in life. And I was going to say, part of that instinct that we have been gifted with, as well as the animals in our world, is an instinct for self-preservation. And what that does is it makes you view everything as a danger. But if we're constantly evaluating everything as a danger, you can't really thrive. You can't feel safe and thrive. So this, I think, is the process that this song is teaching us, is when you can say that you're already enough, you're teaching safety to the deeper parts of yourself. And you can then consciously embrace a different way of living. It's, I also want to connect it to one of the limiting beliefs that we work on in coaching, which is we say that, a lot of us come from a penny pinching mindset. We come from a mindset where we think that we constantly need to save money in order to become abundant. But there's actually two sides to that. Yes, you have to be watchful of your spending, but you also have to have a mindset where you are expanding your ability to acquire new skills so that you can attract more abundance into your life. That's how you will become wealthier than who you are today. Not simply by saving or not buying the thing, for example, that is something that brings you great joy. Like for me, it's art supplies. I could spend, a whole bunch of money on art supplies and feel as though, oh my goodness, that's not something I should do because it's taking away from my wealth. But what if I could think instead about ideas to display that art, to hold art shows, and attract greater abundance, which helps me buy more art supplies. So connecting all of that back then to our song, this last verse says, I have nothing to find and everything to feel. And I just love this reminder because all of us in our schooling, everywhere in our life, have typically been taught to do anything but feel. We have been taught categorically, systemically, to push down our feelings. And for someone to say, I have nothing to find and everything to feel, that is a huge mindset shift. Only I can define what is meaningful to me. Imagine that. We have 1,000 ads a day that are telling us how to define what is meaningful, what is success, what is, what does it look like when you are at the top of your game? And yet the truth of the matter is only you can define what that is for you, nobody else. Even when I'm feeling so breakable, I tell myself to believe I am valuable. And this is maybe the most important thing that we can say is on a day that you're feeling like you're ill, you're not feeling like you're not being useful to the world, you're showing up to your job and you feel like you're not performing or not being competent, that even in the worst moment, when you would judge yourself, even in that moment, you are valuable because you exist. It's that simple. And I just want to pause there, Ivania, because this is an absolutely magnificent song. And I don't know what else you wanted to add or share about this.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to add, when it says, I have nothing to find and everything to feel. I think like you said, it's like the shift, the mindset has shifted, for questioning, for going into a reflection mode.
Yeah.
That song is taking you into a ride, a reflective mode. Let's do an audit about ourselves. Like, why are we thinking? Who says? Who this? And then it changes. And I really like that because here I noticed that there's a realization. You have realized that you have everything within you and just feeling it, guiding you. No one else outside can guide you but you. And also, it says, I can only define what is meaningful to me. I really like that because I can define, and says I, because what's meaningful for me is so different what's meaningful to you, Shruti, and to all the audience.
Yes.
We have a different definition. And that's another thing that we use in coaching, is to define what's meaningful to you.
Yeah.
Not to me or not to others, because they all have different definitions. But we use this word like very, I don't know the word, very loosely.
Yeah.
Without too much thinking about it. And I really like where it says also that even when I am feeling so breakable, because yes, we can break down, we can actually fail, right? And I really like that. I wanted to say something about failing because we have to change our perspective about the word failing.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's failing. It's like you winning. Failing means, or breaking, or whatever word you want to use. To me, it's meaning that you evolving, that you're taking action, you're taking a step to evolve, to grow. You're not getting stuck. Life is not just taking you. You taking life on your hands. And I love that. And then I heard it from another person. I forgot his name at the moment, that he said, I really want to say it because it's amazing. It says, failing is feedback.
Yes.
Feedback, it's knowledge. Knowledge is wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And that's the thing, we're so breakable. And what does that breakable mean? It means that you're learning from that experience. It's telling you to reflect on who you are, or who you want to be. And nobody else, just that experience. But all of us are breakable, right? And then also, I really like what it says, myself. I tell myself to believe I am valuable. And this is an amazing affirmation that everyone should have it, I think, in the mirror in the bathroom. So when you go there, you read that note and will say to myself, I believe I am valuable.
Yeah.
I believe I am valuable, because nobody's going to give you value but you. And if you give it, if you let other ones to give it the value, guess what? Your value is going to go boop, 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 up and up, up and up, up and up. No,
Up and
you
down.
give your value. So, Shruti, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop here. Hand it over to you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Ivania. I loved how you described it. And I just wanted to summarize the two questions that I would love for our audience to explore, because I think, this will help you kind of begin your own journey of realizing that you're already enough. And so the first part is just looking at who are the different voices that are having an impact or that make up your inner critic. And again, just shedding light on that removes its power over you over a period of time. And then secondly, what I'd love for everyone to do is write down, what is meaningful to you. And what I mean by that is look at your own activities from one day to the next. What are values that you hold most dear? Whether it is being kind to people around you, whether it is assisting someone who is in distress in front of you, whether it is in having a strong work ethic, whether it is in modeling good behavior for your children. Whatever those values are, write those down, because that is you taking the reins on your life, like Ivania was saying. And the whole point is that where we lose our power is where we start running on autopilot. And so the moment we make it a conscious act, we are then participating in co-creating our life. Then it becomes like a pottery class. You are creating a new piece of pottery. And I just wanted to say that even when it comes to our connections with social media, for example, it's a powerful thing to realize that you don't just have to be a consumer. Figure out how you can be a creator. So, and in that case, then, whether it's social media or whether it is your job, you have just turned around something that was blasting messages to you, and you are instead very actively co-creating something new and presenting it to yourself in the world. And that is a beautiful way to, again, show yourself that you're already enough. Then you're not trying to prove your worth to anyone. You are already worth. So I just wanted to leave our audience with that thought. And with that, I want to bring our episode to a close. And again, I hope you like and subscribe if you are enjoying this podcast. And please do let us know what songs inspire you. And we can't wait to come back with another one.
Yes. Thank you so much. And see you next time. And please let us how we're doing.
Yes.
Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. We're so grateful.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.